Are you ready?
Let's do it, man.
Are you ready? All right. Episode 34, Feeney Talks with Friends. My name is Eric Feeney. I'm the founder and president of Friends of Feeney. Our mission is to help children and families that have heartbreak or tragedy. I started this podcast, Feeney Talks with Friends, to talk to wonderful people in the community that are doing great things. And our guest today does wonderful things. This guest today, we go way back. This guest means a lot to me. We have multiple connections on many levels, starting with last podcast, episode 33, Mark Hahnenberg. He's from Halifax, or he does Mark's Christmas trees. How are the Christmas trees in Halifax?
Oh, the Christmas trees are beautiful.
Aren't they?
Beautiful. A ton of them everywhere.
And I mentioned my friend Tootie Zimmerman will be our guest on episode 34. What's up, Tootie?
What's up, Eric? How you doing?
This is great. I'm very excited that you're here. But if you watch episode 33 at the end, around a minute 20, I mentioned to Mark, I have a friend that played basketball in Halifax. And he knew the arena, the same arena that you mentioned when you walked in.
Scotiabank Center.
Scotiabank Center. And, and I sent you the link and we talked. And this is something a long time coming. And I'm very excited that you're here, Tootie. How's everything going?
Good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
This is going to be fun. This is a busy man. So I cannot thank you enough just for being here. This is a first. He's a Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, we are interviewing on this podcast, Hall of Famer, professional basketball player, sixth man of the year, coach, founder of the We Believe Academy, and a model. Look at this dude. Isn't he good looking?
Stop.
What do you want to talk about first, Tootie?
It doesn't matter, man. I'm here. I'm your guest, man.
Yeah.
Ask away.
Yeah. Well, again, so I've known you. Did you just have a birthday in December?
December
How old?
2nd. 30. I turned 30.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
old
birthday.
man now. The other side.
So we go back 20 years then, because I worked at the Boys and Girls Club in Waterbury, Connecticut, right on East Main Street from 2001 to 2007.
Yep.
I was the physical director in the gym, and I ran the basketball leagues, and I kept the scores, and I kept the points. And you were a good shooter then, 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, trying to do something. The only way I could get on the floor, so.
And it's amazing that 20 years later, you are still playing hoop, and you are professional basketball in Canada. How's that going?
Good. I mean, I haven't played since COVID. COVID shut our league down. So I've been home since COVID, but, other opportunities came about that I was able to explore and, kind of take advantage of. So, I'm doing a lot with a few different things right now, and, I'll be back on the court soon.
Yeah. No, you were a great shooter. You had a tryout. You were with the Idaho Stampede, which is the G League version of the Utah Jazz.
Yep,
so you want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a wonderful experience. I mean, when I first ever got the call from, Coach Dean Cooper and Justin Zanuck, GM of Utah Jazz, and they said they wanted to sign me. I mean, it was ultimate feeling, just to kind of know that, my dream came true, all the hard work and perseverance that I put in and inspiring to be a professional athlete has finally came true. And I mean, it was a beautiful feeling that, my first, professional contract was with, an NBA organization as in the Utah Jazz. So that was definitely something that, extremely proud of, and it was such a great accomplishment that, that I could definitely hang my hat on.
No, it's great. I remember you playing at 10, and I was like a shooter to see that you went on. A lot of hoopers from the Boys Club went on to do good things, but you definitely were one of them. This is great. This is good stuff. You averaged 26 points per game. Where was that, 26 points per game? Yep,
I was at Putnam Science Academy. Putnam Science Academy is probably, one of the best prep schools in the country right now. They got, 10 to 12. They send 10 to 12 Division I guys. They send them to Division I every year. They're a national powerhouse. Won a national championship 2 years ago. Now they're just sending guys, to the NBA, to Division I. They have 45 guys currently right now playing Division I basketball.
Wow. And that's Putnam, Connecticut.
Putnam, Connecticut, yeah.
Where exactly is that for our listeners out there?
Oh, man, it's up near the casino, not too far from, Stores, Connecticut.
Gotcha.
So.
And they have a science push, too? Putnam
Science Academy? Putnam Science Academy, yeah. They, when I went, so it's funny, when I went, it was it was owned by, you know, some Turkish people, and there was a lot of Turkish students in school when I went. But now there's hardly any Turkish kids. I think it was bought out. Now it's a different owner, and it's Americanized now. It's a lot of Americans there. So, you know, and they have 5 or 6 different varsity prep sports, and they're all pretty good. Like their soccer team is really well. They send guys Division I every year. They have all the type of sports, baseball, you name it, they got it, boys and girls. So, you know, it's definitely grown, and I'm glad I was able to be part of the original crew to kind of get that headed in that direction. So, you know, definitely something that they continuously reach out to me about and just thank me for. And, you know, I'm just glad I was able to be, like, again, one of the originators, one of the OGs of Putnam, you know, that's got it where it's at today. And now it's, I mean, everyone in the country is trying to get in there.
Oh, wow. And then Putnam is the school that honored you as a Hall of Famer.
Yes, yep. I was enshrined into the Hall of Fame. Yep, absolutely.
How'd you feel about that?
Oh man, it's like you know, it's very humbling. But I guess you know people say you get out what you put in. So I guess it's a testament to the hard work that I put in over the years. That and definitely honored to to be in the Hall of Fame while I'm still playing. So it's good. It's definitely good when someone take notice and recognize you. Not that that's why I do it for, but it definitely feel good when someone recognize your hard work and your achievements and your accomplishments. So
that's awesome.
Definitely great.
That coach that made like a Twitter presentation.
Coach Espo.
Is it Coach Espo?
Yeah.
So he was your coach?
Yes.
And he still currently is the coach?
Still the coach, yes.
Oh,
sir.
nice.
Yeah.
So you're going to send this video to Coach Espo?
I'm going to let him see and let him know that I finally said something good about him.
Hey.
He was one of the guys that, that believed in my dream. So Josh Schraber too, which is the assistant up there. Those guys gave me a chance. And I think, at first I took that step with a leap of faith, not knowing how it was going to turn out, but I just knew if I worked hard, all I needed was an opportunity. And by me working hard, I was going to be prepared for the opportunity. So I went there with a lot of uncertainty, but I knew when that opportunity came that I was going to be able to take advantage of it. And that's what happened. And, one thing led to another. So
nice.
It's great.
So our motto is Friends of Feeney's, be a good friend. Would you consider Coach Espo a good friend?
Great friend. I actually just talked to him yesterday on my way back when I flew back from the West Coast. I had a phone call conversation with him. So no, it was good. I talk to him often, probably 3 or 4 times a month, even more now that I'm in this prep world of basketball. So I'm always reaching out to him, trying to get, advice and tips and things I should be doing with my guys and stuff like that, because, they've been doing it way longer than I have, and they're successful at it. So, I want to kind of piggyback off of them as much as I can.
That's great. So it went from like a coach, role model, now it's, Coach Espo, thank you for being a good friend, Coach.
That's it.
That's important. It always takes that person, like you said, believe in you. As a teacher, I try to believe in every one of my students to give them that push. If they hand me art project or a writing project, or if they kid like science, I really want to push them and encourage them to do that and to be an expert in that field. Sounds like Coach Espo did that for you. Espo, am I saying that right?
Coach Espinosa, yep. Coach Espinosa and Coach Josh Schraber.
Josh Schraber.
All right,
I'm going to look him up. Thanks, Coach. You guys are great.
Absolutely.
Also, Hall of Famer.
Yes.
6th Man of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like Anthony Mason was 6th Man of the Year. He's one of my favorite players.
And it's funny you say Anthony Mason because his son, Antoine Mason, was my teammate.
Come on.
Yeah,
stop.
Absolutely. He is my teammate on the Halifax Hurricanes team.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And then Jamal Crawford's famous 6th man.
Yeah.
Those
You got Lou Williams.
Lou was great.
A couple of good
Sweet
players
Lou.
that takes that award. So
John Starks, I think, got it once.
Okay.
Old school Knicks fan. Antoine Mason.
Yeah.
My favorite player. I had his jersey, Anthony Mason jersey.
Mason, yep.
All right, send this to Antoine too. Antoine. Your dad was my favorite player. You want to talk a little bit about 6th man? How's it? So when do you know you're going to be? You have to be ready. You don't start the game, so you're on the bench. You have to be ready to go in. So you're just bringing the energy off the bench.
Yeah.
What's the mentality there?
So with me, I was in a unique position. I was definitely good enough to be a starter, but I think for our team to be better and more successful, I think it was better for me to come off the bench. To just kind of bring like that firepower off the bench, and I could get more shots. I was kind of like the leader of that second unit. So it worked out for me. As long as I was in like in crunch time when it was time to win the game, that's all that mattered. I'd rather, come off the bench so I can see how the game is being played, the speed, to find the loopholes and stuff like that. So when I get in the game, I can take advantage of what's going on. So I'm doing my, my due diligence, and I'm studying what's going on. So okay, I know this gap is open. Okay, they defending us like this. So now when I get in the game, I can make an adjustment. So
it's almost like you have the advantage because you see it from a different angle before you hop in there.
Right.
Interesting. 6th man of the year, Hall of Famer on the Friends of Feeney podcast.
Yeah.
This is great.
Glad to be here.
This is great. So you were the second player in league history to have 100 threes, 100 assists, 100 rebounds off the bench.
Off the bench. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Because, I played a lot of minutes. I didn't start the game, so that's how I was eligible for 6 man a year because I didn't start.
Gotcha.
But I played starter minutes. So, that's why I was like, I don't mind, coming off the bench. 1 year I was second team all league. That 6 man a year I was also second team all league. So it was, quite a few accomplishments that year. It just worked out better for me and for the team. In that starting lineup, you might have a few guys that might need their touches and stuff like that. So I just thought it would have been better for me personally and more beneficial for the team because it could utilize me more to my strengths, to get more shots and stuff like that and have the ball in my hands a little bit more and, and take advantage and beat up on the other team's second unit. So that's where our advantage was. And, we won a lot of games that way. So
that's great. No, you are. And, another reason you're here, you had Be a Baller, Not a Bully.
Yeah.
And Friends of Feeney sponsored a camper, August 2019.
Yeah.
I know it didn't happen in COVID, but I'm sorry I missed it last year. I would have sponsored it. We would have sponsored another camper. And it was great to meet the camper, and he was very, grateful and appreciative. And I got to see some old friends, Phil Lott, another Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. He was there. Mikey West was my former student. Okay. He was there. He's currently at
Bethune-Cookman.
Yes. Yeah. Bethune-Cookman. Number 0. That's my guy. So I want to check him out. So it was great to see Mikey and Phil at your Be a Baller, Not a Bully and sponsor a camper. Are you still doing that? How's that going?
Absolutely. It's going great. Last year was great. We had Jersey Mike's come in as a sponsor, fed the kids lunch, sponsored our jerseys and stuff like that.
Still at Willoughby?
Still at Willoughby, yep.
Nice.
I had a friend of mine that also played at Putnam, Hamidou Diallo. He won
where's he?
He won
Toronto,
the NBA.
Maybe?
He's with Detroit Pistons right now.
Okay.
He won the dunk contest.
Yep.
I gave him a call and he came in and, paid the kids a visit and stuff like that. It's always a great time. We invite the Unified Sports team in and have them play the All-Star game. They're our camp All-Stars, and we gather around and cheer for them. You just give them their moment, because, they have I think it's unique for those guys to have the same dream and aspirations as us and the same, likes and hobby and interest in basketball and the things that they can do, even though they're at a little bit more of a disadvantage, the things that they can do at their advantage is definitely remarkable, and it touches my heart, every time because it's important for us to kind of give back and let them know that we all are one. It could have easily been one of us. Yeah,
I love hearing that. Yeah, you're fully inclusive and including everyone,
absolutely,
regardless of your ability.
Regardless,
that's amazing. Yeah, man, that makes me so happy. Yeah. And shoot with Toot.
Shoot with Toot. Yep, shoot with Toot.
So Tootie, real name's Taquan.
Yeah.
But you go by Tootie.
Tootie, yep.
And so shoot with Toot.
Shoot with Toot.
That's a shooting. So you're considered a shooter, right?
If you
had a preference.
Yeah, I'm a shooter. So, a lot of times, like when, teams or professional teams or something reach out, they're looking to bring me in as a shooter and like a combo backup PG type player. So, I'm labeled in the pro world as a shooter. So that's what, market that, take advantage of that a little bit. And
I know as a 10-year-old, you used to chuck them too.
I used to chuck them up because, I wasn't fast enough or quick enough to do anything else. So the first look I got at the basket, I chucked it up no matter where I was at, because it wasn't going to be too many times I was going to be open. So I had to take advantage of that.
And then on Instagram, Toot Views.
Toot's View. Yeah.
You are doing a Shoot with Toot clinic with Draymond Green.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And you got a picture with Kyle Kuzman.
Yeah.
How was Draymond Green and working him out?
Oh man, it was amazing. No one, he works extremely hard, and it's crazy to see someone at the success that he has, him still work as hard as he does. But then again, that's why he's as successful as he is, because the amount of work and hard work that he puts in. I mean, we at the gym at 6:30 in the morning, and he comes in with just, his shades and his phone and his sneakers in his hand. Nothing else, no diva, nothing. He come in, take his shades off, put his sneakers on, get right to work. It don't take him 25 minutes to, get through the phone and take his time. Like, no, he comes right in the gym and he gets right to it.
All
and,
business.
Extremely impressive, extremely impressive. He works extremely hard. So, it was great to be able to, get in and work out, with him. Thanks to a close friend of mine, Travis Walton, who trains him daily. He's a close friend of Draymond, so I was able to get in with workouts with those guys and just, just be a part of the grind. It's a humbling, it's a blessing to even be around that. Me starting this, Shoot with Toot business, it gave me the ability just to kind of learn, how things are done. I mean, I was a player at that level, but, to be able to help someone else develop their game at that level is definitely unique, and it's a special,
After
privilege.
Feeney, can I get a Shoot with Toot lesson?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Get a lesson.
I'm still over 30 men's league at the JCC. Just got player of the week last week, 16 points.
Oh, yeah.
Could have had 20 easily.
Well, you don't need me.
I'm going to go on record, full disclosure. Game on the line. I get to the line with a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. We get to the line again with a one-on-one. I missed it.
Okay.
I get to the line a third time at the one-on-one. I missed 3 one-on-ones, dude. What would you suggest there? Is that mental or is that more mechanic?
If I'm the GM, I might be on the phone. We might need to bring someone else in, because I don't think he's going to be able to get the job done when it's time for the playoffs. So let's see if we can move this guy. No, I'm kidding.
No, hey, you're honest, and I get that a lot.
Yeah,
I get that a lot. Well, that was before the break, so I had the week off. 2 days in a row, I shot free throws. One in my school and one in my house, in my yard. So repetition.
Getting the reps. That's what it is. It's all about the the response.
Yeah.
How do you respond to to what happened? Absolutely. So hopefully when you're at the line again, it'll be a different result.
All right, thanks. What about Draymond? He went to Michigan State.
Yeah.
I had a former guest, episode 22, Andy Erline, went to Michigan State. Draymond, can you shout out Draymond? Can we get him over here? You think you get him on the Feeney Talks with Friends podcast?
Oh man, I mean we can try, but you say I'm busy. He's a very, very busy man, and right now it's getting close to All-Star break, and after All-Star break it's balls to the wall. It's time to win a championship. So I don't think he's going to be really locked in on anything else besides winning a championship.
And he's known as the best defender in the league.
I think he's the best defender in the league. I mean, at his size, to be able to guard the perimeter and the block, it's definitely extremely impressive. You get guys like like LeBron James, who they say can guard the perimeter and the block, but LeBron James is a guard.
Yeah.
He's a big guard. Draymond Green is a forward.
Yeah. It's
two totally different dynamics when you as a forward on the perimeter rather than a guard being able to guard the perimeter and on the block.
That is impressive.
Yeah, to be able to move his feet laterally and stuff like that, keep guards in front of him, channel those guards to where they want them to go and stuff like that, and just play defense straight up without fouling. Contesting shots without fouling. That's hard. And I don't the degree of difficulty. He just make it look so easy and so effortless. So I commend him for that, and again, thank him for even allowing me to be a part of his grind. He's
how was that connection made?
Through a buddy of mine.
Oh, Walton?
Walton, Travis Walton.
Gotcha,
Yes, he was my player development coach when I was with the Utah Jazz. So with him, we connected that way, and I was able to just grind it out with Draymond for a few days, and even Kuzma joined us for a workout too. So
he just had a big game. Kuzma.
It was good working with Kyle Kuzma as well. So that's an experience, and that I could bring back here and share with people and the kids up and coming that's aspiring to be Division I players, college basketball players, professional basketball players is something that I can share with them. Hopefully that they can take someone that's touchable, that they can take what I'm giving them, the knowledge that I'm giving them, and kind of use that as, fuel and motivation to strive on.
What about Kuzma's outfit, in and out before the games? You got any suggestions? Or?
I mean, he's doing his thing, man. He can't knock him. I'm pretty sure. Well, I hope, but I'm pretty sure he's getting paid big money to wear the things he's wearing. So
he's getting paid because it's like a 6X.
Yeah.
Pink knit sweater.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he got he got a nice check to wear that.
There's money behind that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And what about Clay just hit 24 in a row? There's video of Curry hitting 100 in a row.
Yeah.
What's your record for in a row?
How many? Not too long ago, I hit 28 in a row. But that was one time, the most I've ever hit in my life in a row. I made 43 in a row.
Nice.
Yeah, 43 threes in a row down at the YMCA.
The Waterbury Y?
Yes. Yeah.
Waterbury. That's another thing we shout out. Every episode, somehow the connection has to be made. You're my first guest. You're born and raised in Waterbury, right?
Absolutely.
Just like me. Born and raised in Waterbury.
Okay.
My first guest, my first Hall of Famer. So this is great.
Yeah, it's good.
And then we got to get Gomes. What about Gomes? Can we get him on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
doing?
If he has time, he'll love to stop in. Gomes is an All-American guy.
Love Gomes.
Great guy. I have nothing bad to say about him.
He's a wonderful human. I met him and interacted a couple times. I got Teacher of the Year at Kingsbury School in Waterbury.
Okay.
His little brother went to Kingsbury School.
Yeah.
I was wearing a Kingsbury T-shirt. It was like the last week of school, and he signs it. Congratulations on Teacher of the Year, Gomes. And I still have that T-shirt in my current classroom. So that's 10 years ago.
Okay.
Signed T-shirt. Congratulations for getting Teacher of the Year.
Yeah.
And it's signed by Gomes. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
So Teacher of the Year, Gomes.
Nice.
What about? All right, let's talk about this. Thank you for the shirt.
No problem.
We believe.
Man. It looks good on you.
Right?
Absolutely.
I feel like maybe I'll hit free throws if I wear this shirt.
But you gotta believe though. You gotta believe.
Get to the line.
When you get to the line and believe you can make it. I didn't think you believed in yourself when you was at the line the last time.
Oof. I missed 3 1-on-1s.
That's tough. Yeah, that's pretty tough. I don't even know what to say.
Do you have a low? I know you talk a lot of highs. 43. Do you have a game low or something that you didn't do that was?
I mean, shit. It was times I went games when I 2 points, scoreless. I mean, I'm human. I mean, it happens to everyone. You just want to try to prevent that.
And what was your response? Because the first thing you mentioned was how you responded. That was great. So
Right.
what did you respond to like a flat game?
Oh man, it was times when I was in a funk or in a slump throughout my pro career, college career. It was like one thing I do. I try to go watch video of me making shots.
All right.
Try to gain my confidence back. Of course, I'll get in the gym and rep it out, but try to just get that mental slump out of me. I try to just, watch a lot of game tape on when I was making shots and things I was doing, just to kind of get that mental aspect along with the physical aspect of me getting reps and stuff like that. And try to, start over, eliminate that, that negative.
Move on.
Yeah, eliminate that negative stuff.
I know. I can't believe they still gave me player of the game. I was like, dude, I missed 3 1-on-1s, but oh well. There's always next game.
Always next game, absolutely.
Yeah, Jamel Lawrence. He's a barber.
Okay.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yep. So he was my barber for 24 years.
Yeah.
And he was one of the best basketball players I ever. In like 6th grade, he'd do the drill where when you could do your feet and just go boom, 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 boom. Is that the name for that? Crossover in between the legs.
In between the legs,
and standing still.
Okay.
6th grader.
Like scissors.
Yeah. Just killing. He was a great point guard. So watch his video. And Marcus Robinson.
Okay.
They're going to come on the podcast.
Okay.
They've been procrastinating. We talked about it for a year. Not a year. Yeah, actually a year. We were going to watch his old YouTube clips.
Okay.
Set up a screen and do old YouTube clips. So Mark Robb, I saw him score 61 points in a game at Willoughby. 11 threes.
That's a lot of points.
What's your record in a game?
9.
9 threes?
Up at Putnam, yeah, that's the record up there.
Still the record.
Yeah.
Nice. Hall of Fame worthy.
All
right, let's go. So, we believe. I need to believe on the free throw line. What inspired you to start this We Believe Academy? Give us a little history. Give us a little background. What was the inspiration behind this? Because you, again, busy. doing great things. Our mission aligns a lot with Friends of Feeney and We Believe. So please elaborate.
Oh, man. Where do I begin? Well, what inspired me was I tried to, I love to give back. And one thing I hate to see is, talented kids with ability, not reach the heights that they should. Whether that's being just a regular human being and having a career job, or being a professional athlete, which they aspire to do as a kid, in their dreams. So with me, I started this because I try to find a way to kind of give our kids some exposure. I mean, this game is, it's a beautiful game, but there's a ton of kids playing this basketball game. So, and, from Waterbury, over the years, just looking at the past, the history over the years, there's been plenty of players that were good players. And I'm just going to speak on the NBL and, our city, Waterbury. There's been plenty of players who, again, had the ability to go play college basketball, the talent to go play college basketball, but for one reason or another wasn't prepared or didn't have that opportunity to go play, college basketball. And, and there's many different reasons. But, I try to start something that can kind of, bridge the gap, between those reasons, and try to get more kids from Waterbury to college. And right now, the game, a lot of scholarship schools, we live in a city where it's it's not much money. Waterbury is not it's not a rich city. So, and a lot of these kids way out of the hood or to the next level education, which is college, probably is through sport, because, that's what interests them. That's what gets their attention. So, I think, us the athletes aren't really getting the best opportunity to, to achieve that college goal, a dream, aspiration. I know there's not a lot of exposure around our league. It's a lot of things that we're even in the CIAC, with as far as the preparation, we don't play. Our high schools don't have shot clock, and I think that's that's a necessity. That's important, because the college game is you're gonna have a shot clock, and you got to be able to play at a certain pace. You know what I mean? So, and you gotta understand that you can't shoot the ball too early in the shot clock, nor can you shoot it too late in the shot clock. So you got to know what a good shot, a timely shot is, within a possession of an offensive possession and stuff. So, I mean, it's a lot of different things that I wanted to do. So a lot of kids that actually have that opportunity of going or have that chance of going Division I, you kind of see it in the kid. They usually leave one of our city schools or public schools and go to a prep school, but it also costs a lot of money to go to prep school that people don't really understand. And prep school is a grind. It's very strict. You're on a structured schedule. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, and throughout that time you got very limited downtime. So it's a grind. So I try to come up with a way that how can I start something for free, a nonprofit for free, to give these kids a chance to learn the proper, qualities and the things that they need to play college basketball, and give them the exposure needed so coaches could, can see them, compete, at a high level against, quality, other scholarship basketball players. Because it's hard to get a scholarship if you're not playing against scholarship basketball players, because it's hard to get an evaluation. So, I myself, I talked with, Gomes and a couple other people about it, thought it was, a good idea to try to bring something to the area to kind of give the kids, something. If you can't be a part of a team, because there's only limited space, obviously, but if you can't be a part of the team, we can still be some sort of value or some sort of resource to them whether that's, coming to work out with us or, attending the practices or just watching our games to see how the game is being played, with shot clock at the speed, the preparation that's needed and stuff like that. Because we played against like some of the top programs in the country like Putnam Science Academy, Brewster Academy. I mean, these guys like Brewster Academy probably got 4 guys on their team right now that'll be shaking the NBA commissioner's hand in a couple of years. Like they're pretty good, along with Putnam. So it's like, and anybody that's a competitor, that's who you kind of want to play against. I want to play against the best, just so I can see where I'm at as a basketball player too, right? So, I think, right now there's kind of like right now our kids are not, I don't feel like it's getting challenged the way they need to be challenged so they can be prepared. I think it's a little bit of a, fool's gold going on right now, because, just because you have accolades or stats doesn't mean your game could translate to the next level. And the We Believe Academy, the business model is like, the scholarship is your championship. So we're an independent like academy team that, that plays a prep schedule. And, we play about, 40 games, and it's just giving you as much opportunity as you can against high level talent, to develop game film for yourself and practice every day, learning how to, play man-to-man defense, learning how to, defend ball screens, things like that. And, and playing against the correct size and length that's at that next level that you're aspiring to get to. You know what I mean? Like you look at the NVL game. Like I went to a game the other night, and the tallest player on the floor was probably 6'2", and he's on the block. That kid, does he really have a shot at a scholarship? I don't think he has a shot at a scholarship because he spent his 4 years of high school film, on the block trying to do post moves. And then when the scholarship school come in, they're going to say, well, I need him to be my point guard. So now you got 4 years of film doing jump hooks, and your career is pretty much, shot.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that's just, and it's not even so much like, I use basketball as bait because again, like even with social media and stuff like that, Instagram, that's what's cool on the media, So, I figure like if we can use basketball as bait to get these kids to kind of, understand, because sports, can give you a lot of life lessons and life qualities and stuff that you can take into the real world. And that's what it did for me. Being challenged, learning how to persevere and overcome, obstacles and stuff like that. Like that's good. That stuff is needed because that's what the real world is about. Yeah. Like no matter what job or, what business you're in, they want the best out there. And if you're not one of the best, unfortunately you're not gonna get the job. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think, sports, just competing, knowing that when it's time to go get a job, you got to compete for that job, like your resume, like things like that, understanding like, about just teaching them life lessons, about voting and stuff like that, like all that stuff, being a valued member of society, all the things that, that basketball gave me, hard work, respect, discipline, all that stuff that you can take as a young man, into the real world when it's time to, get a job. Those are all the things that mainly I want this academy to be able to give to,
teamwork,
young man.
cooperation,
Absolutely.
problem
Social
solving.
skills, interviewing, stuff like that, like things that you need, while maintaining, a 3.0, 3.5 GPA. So, it's important. A lot of I feel like the only way out for most kids in our neighborhood is through sport. So if that's the only way out, I feel like we need to make sure we're being completely honest with them and giving them the best, opportunities and chances that we can for them to go to school and get an education for free. And if God bless you where you can, sign a professional contract, God bless you, absolutely. But the goal definitely should be, going to school for free and getting an education, getting a career, something you can fall back on.
I agree. And you can be found at Twitter, We Believe A.
Yeah.
And you're on LinkedIn and Instagram as We Believe Academy.
Yeah.
And you can be emailed at academywebelieve@gmail.com.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What minute are we on so we know the shout outs of the We Believe A on Twitter. Followed them today. I checked out all your stuff on Instagram. That's We Believe Academy on Instagram and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Who does all your social media?
There's a few people within the organization that
Nice.
does it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff going on. I'm with you. Back to the shot clock. I remember Harold Miller,
Yeah.
Terry's brother. I know Terry too,
Okay.
barber. Terry would get the ball, Generali, played for Generali, Holy Cross. Edmund was there too. I think Edmund was a freshman. Harold would take the ball at center if they had to lead and just dribble out the clock.
Yeah.
And then that goes to the shot clock.
Yeah.
So you'd have to double or press them and just ruin high school basketball.
Right.
Because you got this one kid that has handles.
Yeah.
He would just waste the entire, almost like 2 or 3 minutes. Too.
Right.
Not like 30 seconds.
Right, and it's just it's just unfair. And then you often hear it's people mad at the CIAC or taking shots at the CIAC and stuff like that. Mad that the CIAC won't add shot clock. And I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the CIAC priority is to send guys to college basketball. I think they're the committee that governs the basketball over their member schools. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
I think
if you
it'd
feel
be
like
easier to ref.
right.
And you also need that technological capability of that shot clock. So every school would almost have to build a shot clock.
It's
so
money,
cost
right?
is
So
involved.
if they don't think that it's worth it for them, then they're not going to do it. And so you as an individual, you're supposed to realize okay, if this is not benefiting my son or supporting his dream, then maybe we need to go elsewhere, which is to a prep school or something like that. So
Now, does Massachusetts or New York, do they have a shot clock?
yeah, I believe
Is
so.
Connecticut the only state that doesn't?
I don't know if they're the only state, but they're one of the only few states that don't have shot clock. But I mean, again, prep schools have shot clock, so it's not like it's
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Connecticut prep schools have shot clock.
Gotcha.
It's just the the public
So
schools.
Putnam had shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock. Right.
And then back to We Believe. Again, We Believe Academy on Instagram and LinkedIn. Academy We Believe at Gmail. Where was I going with this? Oh, so how would this be different than playing AAU?
The difference is that we run during high school basketball season, so you won't, if you're selected as one of the guys on our team, we're looked at as we're a prep school.
Gotcha.
We play a prep schedule and stuff like that, so you would just be playing against the prep teams during their season.
So the kid that plays for We Believe cannot also play for their high school team.
Yeah, so you can't
And
play
they
for
can't
We
play
Believe
AAU
and
either.
Will Be. You
Okay.
can play AAU. We have nothing to do with AAU.
Oh, sorry, keep touching that.
Right. We have nothing to do with AAU.
Gotcha.
We just come into play when it's do you want to play NBL, CIAC basketball, or do you want to play prep basketball?
Nice.
So I look at it as you kind of get the best of both worlds, because usually as a prep school kid, you got to go away from your family, stuff like that. But if you can get that exposure, play the top-notch schedule, stuff like that, and go home to your family every night,
Gotcha.
and go to school with your boys,
Yep.
I'm like, man, that's
All right.
dope. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's making sense.
Yeah, I would much
that.
rather
I like
do
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what about how many people on the team, and do you have tryouts? And do you join the academy only for 4 years, like it would be a school, or?
It's a year-to-year thing. This is our year one, so this is a year-to-year thing. We had a open showcase, which was like a tryout for us, as well as we invited different college coaches to come in, so kids could get looked at by a few different schools, Division II, Division III, or whatever. So we had that showcase early in the year. That was in August, I think. August we had that showcase.
What's Black? Does he coach for Southern now?
He's at Southern. He's
Yeah,
at
he is.
Southern, absolutely. Yeah.
Tavares.
Yep.
Shout out to T-Cam. I went to school with his brother Terrence.
Okay.
And I saw Black. I loved him. Funny guy. He was a great point guard for Sacred Heart too.
Okay. Yeah.
He put on some LBs, Black. I'm not saying anything. I love you, Black, but
he's actually been at our practice a couple times. He's recruiting a couple of our guys.
what's his position at Southern?
He's an assistant coach.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations. That's my guy. I love that kid.
Yeah. So I talk to him often.
What minute was that? So I could shout out the Black shout out, because that's my guy. I'll text him. Minute? You got the minute, Owen? Sorry. Got it. 40 minutes with Feeney.
There you go.
Black. No, his brother, T-Cam, would, back in the day, he ruined a pair of sneakers, but he hammered a brick into the toe and duct taped them. You know how you used to buy those calf racing shoes and walk around school? He made his own, and he would walk around all day on his calves.
Wow.
T-Cam back in the day. Yeah, he was awesome.
Wow.
And then Black is just funny, good dude. Sorry, got off track, but
no, you're good.
So you involve coaches, like coaches from Southern. Wait, isn't there a Waterbury guy who coaches Southern? Burrell, Scotty Burrell.
Yeah.
Oh, but Mallory went there.
Yeah.
Where's he now?
He's overseas right now playing basketball. Yeah. I actually talked to him when I talked to him yesterday.
Mallory?
He's doing well. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever play overseas?
Yeah, I played in
Israel, right?
I was in Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Yeah, over in Asia. So played over there. And I played in China as well. Far.
Yeah, but it's a learning experience.
Oh,
Basketball
definitely. I appreciate every moment, the bad times, the good times, because I take everything as a learning experience, and I try to learn from, like I said, the positive and the negative. So, I'm always looking to grow, and at some point. So, I mean, just being over there, in China and stuff like that, like having to adjust to, the way you got to eat and stuff, because it's just a whole different culture. It's a blessing, because a lot of people don't get that opportunity to go see.
Yeah, you use the sport that we play as a kid to travel the world and get experiences.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
I commend you. Proud of you, because again, I've known you for 20 years.
Yeah. And
to hear that you traveled the world, you are a coach, you're a founder of this wonderful organization. So it's based on a year program. You just had Isaiah sit down and do swagger with KD. Yeah. He plays for We Believe?
Yeah, he is what We Believe, yeah.
Currently?
He's back now. He's doing his movie stuff. He's just really busy with...
He's an actor too?
Yeah, he's an actor.
Oh, wow. And a hoop star.
Yeah, so he's away doing that.
Is it Isaiah? Did I say that right?
Isaiah Hill.
Isaiah Hill.
Yeah.
And how did he get connected with KD for the Apple TV swagger?
Oh, it was a tryout that was posted, and needed a young basketball phenom role, and he went up on Instagram and had a few people tag him in the role so he could get noticed, and they called him in, and
he was the first one to go on the swagger.
Yeah, the rest was history after that.
How many swagger episodes are there now?
I'm not sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I will have to go back and check it out. I'm not sure how many exactly.
But KD does it on swagger.
Oh yeah, KD is the.
So that, again, Isaiah Hill using his basketball experience to get to using his basketball to gain experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to play before school, and it's just a great way to let out the energy. And sometimes you're fighting for the ball. You really just want to grab the ball and put it in. Maybe even dive on the floor or wrestle a guy for the ball. And then you get to work, you're like, I got it out of my system. I'm going to have a nice chill day. It's just a wonderful sport. I'm 43 years old, still trying to ball. Still have hoop dreams, Tootie.
That's it, man.
I need to shoot with Toot.
Come shoot. We get a lot of reps, man. You're going to need some ice on that one out there.
So, Isaiah Hill on the swagger. Oh, Believe. This is a test. What's the Believe stand for? It's an acronym. Isn't it an acronym for something? Basketball, education, love.
You got it.
Inspiration.
You got it.
Energy.
Yeah.
Victory.
Yeah.
And effort. Pretty good. Education's in there. I'm a teacher for 18 years. Any teachers inspire you? Any teachers that you remember? Coaches? Coach Spa, maybe? Who's your inspiration as a male, or not even a male, just someone that inspired you in your journey? Coach, teacher.
Someone by the name of Randy Brooks.
Oh yeah, he's great. Waterbury guy.
Randy Brooks.
URI, URI, right? Is he the coach, head coach, assistant coach?
He was a coach there.
Player too.
Yeah. Randy Brooks was a guy when I was, of course, looking up to Ryan Gomes, of course, but Randy Brooks was a guy that kind of, believed in me.
Nice.
And seen something in me that I didn't quite see at the time. So he kind of one that gave me that urge to kind of just work hard. And, him kind of not letting me slack a little bit, as much as I wanted to, he kind of always put that battery in my back and gave me the confidence kind of that was needed. And, once I started believing in myself and believing in myself more than he did, then that's when, the rest was history. Like each level, I had to prove myself at each level because it doesn't matter. Like, you're always going to be doubted. You're always going to be, critics and stuff, someone not respecting your accomplishment or whatever. So that kind of what fueled me to keep, striving, for the next level, and just prove myself. So every level that they said I couldn't make, I kind of had to prove to them that,
Oh, Randy Brooks, great guy. I never really personally met him, but I heard wonderful things about him. Yeah. I did something with the YMCA after college, right? Okay. Did he do something? But just
he's around there.
Great person. And it's like, you kind of want to don't want to let yourself down, but then you would feel like, oh, I'm kind of letting Randy down too, right? Like that person that you, like a big brother or a mentor.
Yeah, so, no, he was good. Of course, my brothers, they were all good football players.
Yeah.
And, I was the odd one, the only one to decide to play basketball. So if I was going to do a different sport, I wanted to make sure I was going to be just as good in basketball as they were in football. So that was some more motivation and inspiration that, I had to kind of chase them.
I love the Zimmerman boys. So is Duke the oldest?
Yep.
And his real name is?
Tyrell.
Yeah. And then you? Or someone else?
And then is Booby.
That's right.
His real name is DeVal. And then it's Mookie. His real name is Lebron. Then it's myself.
I forgot about Mookie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mookie.
Yeah, and then
Bush was my man.
Bush, right? Devontae, yeah.
Yeah. That's his real name.
Yeah. He's doing well.
What's Bush doing now?
He just became a certified public accountant. So
really?
Yeah.
That picture? CPA?
Yeah.
Bush.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look Bush up. When I would sit in the chair and watch the gym, Bush and I would chat. He was just a real mature for his age. Mm-hmm. I remember he had does he have a brown spot in his eye or something still, or no? He had something in his eye, a mole, or
might have been. I think I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Probably.
Bush.
Yeah.
And then Duke. Who wrote the book Carter, My Reality?
Tyrell. Yep, Tyrell.
That's Duke.
Yeah.
That's awesome too. Wrote a book, children's book. I want to write a kid's book.
Yeah. Yep. He wrote that. So that's a pretty good book.
Maybe he should come in. Can you read it to my class or get me a signed copy?
Yeah, well, he's living in Ohio right now.
What's he doing?
I think it's Ohio. Yeah, he's in Ohio. He's living in Ohio. So when he's out here, I definitely let him know. I stop in. My guy Feeney, you want to see you?
No, it's great. No, you had a wonderful family.
Yeah.
I
have a sister too. Of course, the queen of the family. She's the oldest.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. She's
the oldest.
She's the oldest out of all of us. Yeah. So
Did she go to Wilby?
She did.
Is she?
She did.
40? What is she?
Yeah, she's like 40 something.
Yeah. Okay, it's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Shonda.
But did she have a nickname?
They call her Shonda.
Where are the nicknames? Mom gave you?
Man, I guess. I don't know where Tootie came from. I was told, but who knows? I mean, I was told that my aunt named me that when I was born, but who knows where it really came from? I don't know. This is how it goes.
All right. And then your brothers are like 290
Yeah, they are
players.
Like 300 or better. Yeah.
And you're the only one that played hoop.
I'm the only one that hooped. So they all played basketball, because they were just athletes.
Yeah.
So they played for Wilby and stuff for sure, but they, football was their sport. That's what they really took, serious. And just so it was vice versa for me, and basketball was my sport that I finally decided to take serious after my sophomore year in high school. And I get on them all the time because, they diehard football players, but I won a state championship with Holy Cross football. So, I kind of talk junk and I flash my ring in their face like, you guys stink, you football players, but I'm the only one in this house with a ring, so.
So you did end up playing football?
I played football, yeah. I played football for 2 years, yep.
What position?
I was fullback.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, ran the ball a little bit, got my touchdown or two. I was just enjoying the moment.
Nice.
Happy to be there. I really didn't give a two shits about it for real, but as I go back, I wish I would have took it a little bit more serious. because I think it would have helped me a little bit more on the court as well.
Yeah.
But it's life is tricky because like when you're in the moment, you never know that that's the moment, you know, until you're an adult. And you're like, damn, that time was the moment that that I could have taken advantage of something, or it could have been, what if I would have did this? What if I would have did that? Like, you never know that's the moment. So as you reminiscing and stuff all the time, like those type of thoughts and stuff always come back, to
I caught a 2-point conversion for Wilby against Kennedy. I play in a fantasy football league with the quarterback who threw it. Still, 20 years later, 25 years later, I'm like, he'll throw me something. I'm like, yeah, D, just like my 2-point conversion. It's only 2 points.
Right.
But again, that was my moment in high school. Looking back, that's
exactly.
Wilby, 2-point conversion. And
Exactly.
God bless Coach Chesky, one of my favorite people ever. You know Coach Chesky.
You know Coach Chesky. Absolutely.
I caught the ball and I'm running back. He's like, I hand him the ball. He's like, Feeney, go put it up. They need to kick it off. I was like, I don't know what. I was so excited that I had it. I was like, do I keep it? Put it in the trunk like Emmitt Smith used to?
Keep that shit. For sure.
No, but it's a great full academic support. So as a teacher, you get full academic support.
Yep, with tutors and stuff. Absolutely.
I saw on the website you're looking for scholarships and donations. Is that still a possibility?
Yep, absolutly.
How would someone go about giving a scholarship or a donation?
We're a nonprofit. You can email us. We can give you all the documents and stuff needed. We're a 501c3, so our EIN number, everything is available for anyone that wants to donate or sponsor. We're always looking for help and community support, and not only community support, but state and national support. So anyone that's tuning in on this podcast, we definitely want to be a partner or a part of this program. It's year one, and that's a lot of great potential, and I'm excited for what the future may bring in this program. So I think it'll help a lot of kids, and that's what I'm all about. Just helping kids achieve their dreams.
Yeah, no, and again, our motto, I said it before, be a good friend. That's hold the door for someone. Yeah. Give a compliment. Pick up trash that's not yours. Be charitable. Absolutely. If it's not to Friends of Feeney, maybe it's to the We Believe Academy. Absolutely. Maybe it's both.
Absolutely.
So, I look forward to a future collaboration with the We Believe.
Okay.
You have a wonderful staff. You want to talk about the staff?
Yeah, buddies of mine that, I kind of grew up with a little bit, as in, Stash. Everybody brings their expertise. That's what it's about. It's like, teamwork make the dream work. You can't have, 5 scorers out there. You got to have someone that, that's a rebounder. That's, that defends. That's the floor general. Stuff like that. So, great team we have, and we just working hard daily to try to make this program as successful as possible. So
Yeah. So you're the founder. Gomes was the president, but he moved on to do something else. Got a great call. Yeah. Stash is the coach?
Yeah, Stash. So I coach the head coach, but he's an assistant coach.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
he coaches somewhere else, too.
He coaches the ECBL, which is like a semi-pro team out in Springfield.
Nice.
So he does that, too.
Does he also coach high school?
Yeah, he was the Caner girls coach, varsity coach, but, he stepped down from that. And he does, We Believe full-time during the basketball season.
Stash is great. Plays softball. Yeah. His brother's a cop.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, great family.
Great family.
I did some some anti-bullying work with his sister Heather. Down at Sprague.
Is she a teacher?
Teacher down at Sprague. So, that was great. Beautiful family. His father. They're all welcoming. Warm people. So, definitely glad to have him a part of this journey.
Yeah, so I went to school with Stash's wife. She was a teacher in Waterbury too, and I see them at the casino on a snowy day. We're going to Coldplay. My seats were like in the nosebleeds. And my wife's like, we're happy to be here. Yeah. Stash, I'm like, hey. He's like, what's up, Feeney? And he goes, Feeney, this couple that was supposed to join us can't make it.
Right.
You want to sit next to us? Best seats in the house. We went from like $20 seats to $200 seats, and that's thanks to Stash, the brother, the police officer. Again, great family. So thank you, Stash. I want to just thank you again. I've thanked him many times. Every time I see him. But thank you. That's being a good friend. Yeah. He didn't have to do that.
No.
But they're just
Stash, he runs my basketball camp. He does a lot of stuff. He's just great at, strategy and things like that. Like great operations guy. And he's a good basketball mind too. So, definitely I lean on him a lot, to kind of help me, through this process as well. So it's good.
All right, we're going to wrap up. It's got crazy questions. You ever go to Donut Crazy? They have like these really crazy donuts with brownies on them, chocolate chip cookie dough, Cookie Monster. You should check it out. They're on Farmington Ave.
Okay.
Tell them your friends at Feeney. Feeney sent you, and you can try some donuts. Okay. Donut Crazy, wonderful person. Irene from podcast number 10. Okay. She sponsors these questions. So these are crazy questions from students, third graders. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
You nervous? You look nervous,
Never.
Man. Why is your nickname Tootie? Oh, I think we touched on that. Your aunt.
Yeah, my aunt. Give me that.
Did you like Feeney as your coach?
Hated him.
When did you start loving basketball?
I started loving basketball probably when I was a sophomore in high school.
Do you know LeBron James?
Yes, I met him, partied with him.
For real?
In Toronto, yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Yeah.
Was your dad a basketball player?
He wasn't a basketball player, but he tried to shoot a little bit. I wouldn't say he was a basketball player, though.
Was he a big guy?
Yeah.
I know we talked earlier. It is important. We talked about fathers. I don't know if you want to touch on your father and the history and how in your childhood.
Yeah, I mean, I had a close relationship with my father. God rest his soul, he passed away unexpectedly shortly after my 9th birthday. But definitely had a great relationship with him. He was left-handed, and I'm the only one in my family that's left-handed along with him. So, that's something that we commonly share. He's just, just from what I can remember, he was just always, a tough, strong, protective guy. He never, backed down from anything. He believed in things and he stuck to what he believed in. So, I kind of picked those things up from him and again, I know he's, probably proud of the things that I'm doing now. So every day, I kind of, be the best I can be and try to strive to be great, for him and for my family as well. Just try to keep my family proud and, the Zimmerman last name, try to represent that to the best of my ability. Yeah. Absolutely.
No, you guys are always great kids and wonderful story, and your story is still going.
Still going. It gets better.
Yes.
It gets better.
Just another chapter in your book.
It gets better.
I'm happy to be here with you, and I'm happy to see you grow and mature, and you're doing wonderful things. And I'm proud of you. Your dad, I'm sure, is very proud of you.
Yeah.
So keep it up.
Absolutely.
Do you know LeBron James? Did Eric Feeney really coach you? I told him how I worked at the Boys and Girls Club as the physical director, and I ran the junior league. So I was like the ref. And it's so funny, like Josh Turner, when he was a kid, complained and wanted to foul. Just the other day, I don't know when I coached, Big Steve needed a ref. Jordan Craig needed a ref. I wasn't doing anything. I went down to North End Rec. 21 years later, Josh Turner still crying about the same fouls. I loved him.
He was a hell of a high school basketball player.
Yes. He's great. So
I still talk about him to this day. I mean, one game, he was a freshman at Holy Cross, 24 points in the first half. Couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
But he was good, though.
He was legit. Tall.
Someone that I honestly really thought, he had NBA ceiling, NBA potential. I thought he was a guy that, will make it to the NBA. Had the ability to, things happen in life where it kind of steer you to, different directions. But, I mean, I definitely thought, he's a guy that can go to the NBA. That's how incredible he was, young. He just had a great feel for the game. Wasn't the fastest, but he was just, deceptively quick, and he just knew how to get to his spots and just knew how to play, knew how to score. He was talented. So,
he definitely was.
Hats off to Josh Turner. I think he's an incredible player.
Jordan Craig, too.
Jordan Craig, too, is a great player. These are all guys, that I looked up to. I wasn't nearly as talented as them. I just worked hard to kind of, stay amongst the elite, but just flat out talent. I mean, these guys had it, So.
And then I ref with Steve, and Steve still to this day, when he was like 10 or 12, I called him for a travel. When he hit the three-pointer, I think he took like a step before the Harden step was cool. I think he did that, or I don't know. I called no shot on the time, or I called a travel when he was young. I go to ref with him in Waterbury. First thing he says, Feeney, remember when you called that BS call on me? I'm like
Steve
20 years later.
Steve don't let shit go.
He's a wonderful person, too. I love Steve. I love everyone from the boys club. You know, like Eric Herbert, I saw him there. Last time I saw him, he was like an usher at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, Herbert. He's like, Feeney, go down. And I'm like, yes. I never thought the day I see a Waterbury Boys Club kid being an usher, hooking me up.
Hooking you up.
So it's great.
Sure.
And yeah, Aunt Ireland's doing great things with the basketball camps, playing overseas.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, would you rather be like LeBron James or be a coach? That's probably an easy one.
I would rather be LeBron James, 100%.
Do you practice basketball every day?
Absolutely, something towards my game. If it's not always shot, it's probably to my physical, strength and conditioning, but it's always something towards my game, every day.
All right, it makes sense. Would you rather be a basketball or a baseball?
Basketball.
Is your idol LeBron James?
No.
Was Feeney a mean teacher?
Yes.
What was your first team?
As of what level? In general?
Yeah.
My first team was probably like a rec league team, but my first school team was Holy Cross. I got cut from North End all 3 years.
Come on.
Yeah, I didn't play no middle school, but I was cut.
Who was the coach?
Overweight, man. I was overweight. I couldn't do it.
You were kind of a chubby kid.
I was a fat kid. I'm not chubby, man. I was a fat ass.
Be nice. Be nice to yourself.
That is what it is, man. There's no need to sugarcoat. I call it how it is.
When was your camp made?
It was 4 years ago?
Nice.
4 years ago.
Oh, that one, yep. Do you still have your camp?
Yes.
Yep, and the camp is called?
Taekwon Zimmerman, Be a Baller, Not a Bully, Run and Shoot Basketball Camp.
Okay. Be a baller, not a bully. What inspired that title? I like that one.
Dealing with kids, I always want to give them a educational message, a life message that, that they can take on with them and life. I try to use, like I said, like basketball is great, but there's more to life than basketball, So, just if I can use basketball to attract 200, 300 kids, that's a perfect time to give them a life lesson. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always try to bring everything and combine it all into one so that they're leaving as a better basketball player and as a better human.
Yeah. So. Man, cheers to that. That means so much to me, and I would love to collaborate. And again, our missions align. Please keep me involved.
Absolutely. And,
would you rather have 10 cats or 10 dogs?
10 dogs, because it's hard to read cats. I can't get a read on a cat, but dogs, dogs, I'd rather have 10 dogs.
Would you rather celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Probably Christmas, because there's not as much food made, because the more food, the more I'm going to eat. So.
Would you rather have a blue cat or a pink dog?
Wow. A dog, because a pink dog, because I like dogs, I don't like cats.
Nice. And these are from Penny. Would you rather have the power to fly or to be invisible?
That's actually a good one.
Right?
That's a really good one. Probably the power to fly.
And our last ones were from Christian, Jaylee, Nevaeh. These are great questions. And Anna. Thank you, guys. Why do you like basketball? Ooh, I think we touched on it a lot, but why do you like basketball?
I like basketball because that was something that interested me. That kind of caught like I said, my level of interest was higher towards basketball than anything else for some reason. I really don't even know why, but it was something that I enjoyed. Maybe because I was able to score points, as a basketball player, shooting the basketball rather than probably have to be on the line blocking for someone as a football player or something else. And I did play baseball as a kid. I played for a team called Overlook.
Yeah.
So I played a little baseball, but I was so fat I couldn't move. The only position I could play was first base. You know what I mean? So I played a little bit of baseball.
I played for Overlook.
You played for Overlook? I think everyone in the city had something to do with Overlook because they had a big basketball program and baseball program.
Did.
Yeah.
Why did you start an academy called We Believe? She's a good listener, this kid. Matilda. Why do you... Oh, kicked it. We touched on that too. Why is your name Tootie? Are you from Canada?
I'm not.
Where were you born? Oh, would you rather have 100 basketballs or 100 basketball hoops?
Oh, man. Probably rather have 100 basketballs. Where am I going to put 100 basketball hoops?
This is a good one. Would you rather play with 1,000 friends on your team or 10,000 enemies on your team, but you always win?
Probably with my friends, because there's lessons and there's positives in losing too. So as long as we're learning from the losses, then it's always a positive.
Great answer.
You never lost. You never lost.
Good answer. Good answer. Be a good friend. Would you rather have infinity power or no power at all and just be a famous basketball player?
I'd rather have infinity power.
Ooh. Would you rather be a kid again or stay who you are? Man, that's good.
I think I'd rather be a kid again, because you don't have as much bills and nothing. And with the mindset that I have today, knowing the ins and outs as a kid, oh yeah, I'll be like Zach Morris, man. I'll take advantage of everything.
Tootie, there's no questions here, but that's my guy's Lulu. All right. Well, that was Crazy Questions, sponsored by Donut Crazy.
Okay.
Were they crazy enough for you?
They were crazy, pretty crazy actually. Pretty crazy.
So we've talked about, let's talk about, then we're going to close up but this Fashion Nova, I texted you yesterday, you just got in from Portland.
Yeah.
And you're doing a fashion. So I wasn't kidding when I said model earlier. Basketball player, coach, founder, model. How'd you get into the modeling?
Man, I mean, honestly, that opportunity just fell in my lap. I didn't go looking for it, or nothing. That was an opportunity that literally fell in my lap after I posted a picture on my birthday. I posted a picture on my birthday, and I tagged Fashion Nova because I was wearing some pants from them that I had ordered, my own money, that I ordered. And, I get a DM, like, we're interested in, collabing with you. See you got a good platform, blah, blah, blah. Are you interested in collaboration? So I was like, wow, Fashion Nova is a pretty big, brand. And, we had conversations, and we discussed details and contract negotiations and stuff like that. And we was able to come to, a mutual agreement. And so we agreed to terms, and now, I'm taking pictures, doing work and stuff for Fashion Nova. So something like that is new for me, but, I love the challenge. And if I'm going to model or take pictures for a brand, I want to be the best at it. So, every day I'm texting different models for tips and what should I do, how should I do, because I always just want to be better. Whatever I do, I want to be the best as I can, So that's the goal. So, definitely it's been fun so far. Like I said, already flown to the West Coast to kind of do some work for them, take pictures and stuff like that. And right now, this is a great experience.
How much would you have to get paid to wear a 6 extra large pink sweater like Kyle Kuzma?
Ooh, you had to pay me a lot of money.
Would you rock it?
I would rock it if the money was right. if the bag was right, I definitely.
What about your custom vest that had like Tootie and stuff on it? That's
really
cool.
Yeah.
Who made that? Where's that from?
A friend of mine, from Jay. A friend of mine, Jay, from he originally from Fall River, Mass. But he's living in New York City right now, and he makes custom vests. And it's like story of my life. So he makes one-on-one vests for guys, and he does research on them and just put things that means a lot and that's important to them throughout their life. Customize it, paint it on the vest, and and
so
he's
basketball. I think it said Tootie. Did it say We Believe maybe or
no? It said Passion, and Hero and stuff up there. So it's like he does research on you, and he just surprises you with a vest, and it's great because the things that that you will see on the vest, it'll just bring you back down memory lane. It's like, wow, like how did you know that? So that's how he really put his time and his effort into really researching you and finding out things that meant most to you,
awesome.
And put it on a vest. I actually wore it the other day, as you guys saw, and got an outstanding response. And he makes them for a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. Chris Brickley is one of them, a famous NBA trainer. He did a guy for the Rockets, Kevin Porter Jr. for the Rockets. Got one for Meek Mill, Dave East. So he's very, very creative, and definitely check out his work. He's fantastic. So I definitely appreciate him for that vest. It was amazing when I first seen it because he don't tell you anything. He just surprised you with it, you know. And it's
cool.
it's like holy. And then you look at all the stuff up there, you be like, wow, you know. So it's definitely a touching moment too. It brings you back, you know. Just like when I see my father's initials and stuff up there, it was just like, wow, you know what I mean. So he's definitely dope. He's definitely dope. So I appreciate him for that for sure, my man.
Well, that's cool. So we touched them all: modeling, coaching, founder. We're going to talk about, again, We Believe. It is a 501c nonprofit. They're looking for scholarships and donations. They're focused on academics, but also they're looking for scholar athletes.
Right.
It is not like AAU. You can go to your high school, hang out with your boys, and then still join and play against high-level competition. Do you have a home base or a home court?
We do a lot of stuff out of New Britain. We're in New Britain, and we use the Rex sometimes too. Shout out to Vic Cuevas, the gym or whatever. Mayor O'Leary helps us out a little bit. But we do a lot of stuff based out of Connecticut. Devon Tinksley and Steve Thompson over there at St. Matthew's Church helps us out big time. They're part of it, so that's kind of like our home base. We practice there every day. So hats off for them for their tremendous support and giving us a home and having a place to compete and battle and get better.
Great.
So
well, I will be attending a game, so I can't wait to see you guys in action. Again, they're on Instagram and LinkedIn, We Believe Academy. They're on Twitter, We Believe A, and they can be emailed at academywebelieve@gmail.com. It's just great to reminisce with you. 20 years.
Yeah.
You're doing great things for your community. You're a role model. Proud to know you. It was great to sit down and chat with you. Keep doing what you're doing. Again, proud of you. Any closing remarks?
Yeah. One thing I just want to leave with the people is life is short. You never know what life may bring. You never know what may come your way. So, any advice I could give is, be your best. Try to, be a great human. Try to, dominate every second of the day, to become better, a better person, a better human, because you just never know when, we living in a world of uncertainty. Things may come and go, so never take things for granted. Be who you wanted to be, strive who you wanted to be, with who you wanted to be, and just give it your all. Give it your all, and don't ever think you can't do something. Believe in yourself, and things can happen.
Perfect. Well said. What perfect way to close. Be the best that you can be and strive for it every day.
Right.
So again, We Believe Academy. This is Tootie Zimmerman. This is episode 34 of Feeney Talks with Friends. It's all thanks to Directline Media, Dave and Owen from Directline Media, and WeHa Roasting and Brewing, Will and Cody. Check them out. They're on the podcast. We can't thank them enough for hosting us. It was great to sit down and chat with Tootie.
Appreciate you.
Waterbury in the house. We go way back.
Yeah.
Put it there.
So.
They also have NBA Jam on Sega Genesis.
Okay.
So maybe we're gonna close out, and I can probably beat you in basketball.
Let's see what we do. Let's see what it do.
All right. Well, and then on that note, also we gotta get you in a Friends of Feeney hoodie modeling. Is that cool?
For sure. Yeah.
You're the man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And whatever you can do, work hard and be a good friend. I want to thank you. Episode 34. Tootie, thank you so much.